Grenada appoints new ambassador to Cuba. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report.
Grenada. The time for the national census is here again. Interviewers will be visiting your homes to gather information about you and your family. The data you provide determines budget allocation for health, grant funding for community projects, and government assistance for families and the elderly. The census is required by law, and so is your participation. We assure you that your information will be kept confidential. Do your part. Stand up and be counted, because we all count in this census. For more information about the census and your participation, contact the Grenada Central Statistical Office at 440-1369 or cso@cso.gov.gd.
With the details to the news for Wednesday, March 1st, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Grenada appoints Glenn Noel as ambassador to the Republic of Cuba. Ambassador-designate Noel will leave for Cuba on Thursday, March 2nd, and will present his credentials to Cuban President His Excellency Miguel Diaz-Canel. Since the June 23rd general elections, the new Deacon Mitchell-led administration has been carefully selecting ambassadors to represent the country in overseas missions and embassies. Ambassador-designate Noel's appointment is expected to give a boost to Cuba-Grenada relations in education, sports, agriculture, and social development issues, and comes at a time when cooperation on matters of mutual interest is required more than ever before, given the current global challenges. Foreign Affairs Minister Honorable Joseph Andel met with the new ambassador before his departure on Thursday. He is confident that Ambassador Noel will preserve the existing relations and further strengthen ties between the two countries.
Ambassador Designate, I'm very happy to present you these instruments this morning. Extremely pleased that you have agreed to be our point person in the Republic of Cuba. And I am confident that you are going to work well, diligently, to ensure that the already excellent relations between Grenada and Cuba continue to grow from strength to strength. I wish you a very successful tenure during your ambassadorship in the sister republic.
Grenada and Cuba share close historical and friendly ties characterized by mutual cooperation. Currently, there are 38 medical professionals in Grenada, including doctors in various fields, nurses, and engineers. Ambassador-designate Noel promised to keep the Grenada flag flying during his tenure.
Thank you very much, Minister. Immensely pleased and deeply honored to be given this opportunity to serve my country. So first and foremost, I want to thank the Prime Minister and you, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Service has always been my thing, and I see it as just another leg of this great journey to serve my country. And therefore, all I can promise is to do my best.
The ambassador will work closely with the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, Health and Wellness, and Education in guiding the Grenadian student population in Cuba, assisting to oversee the Grenadians who are accepted for medical treatment in Cuba, as well as present a strong front against the United States' self-imposed commercial, economic, and financial embargo against Cuba. Ministry of Health workers gathered at the grounds of the ministerial complex on Wednesday for the launch of Stress Break, which focuses on promoting good health, well-being, and overall functioning of employees. Health was listed among priority areas by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell during the presentation of the 2023 budget. The workers were joined by a team from Fit for Life Medical Health Services who took them through a number of stress-relieving exercises which can be done while sitting at their desk at work or even when they are at home. Minister for Health, Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, said government is committed to promoting good health.
At the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, we have prioritized as well as branded the year 2023 as the year of mental health and wellness. This stress break activity on Wednesdays is a precursor to our walk exercise that will be coming up on March 22nd, and also our national consultations on mental health coming to the end of March. So we are extremely excited about it. Staff is excited about it. We want all the other ministries that make up the public sector to be excited about it as well. You are going to have a piece of it today as we continue along with the other ministries. Government is committed to ensuring that the mental health and wellness of our entire nation, of our citizenry, is something that we keep at the very forefront of our agenda.
Senior Medical Officer for Primary Healthcare and Infectious Disease, Dr. carriacou, says the Ministry of Health wants their employees to know that taking exercise of any form is important.
This is the year of mental health and wellness, and we decided that if we're promoting mental health and wellness throughout the nation, we need to prioritize our staff. So what we did in brainstorming, my team and I, we came up with the idea that we need stress breaks throughout the day, because we know as the day goes on, tasks build up and people feel overwhelmed and stressed. So we wanted to encourage our staff, let them know that it's okay to take a break from the rigors and stress of getting the job done for their own health, to take a deep breath, to make a brisk walk outside, drink some water, have a healthy snack, take anything that promotes movements and disconnecting so that they can then refocus to increase productivity in the long run. So that was the main idea. We decided to do a big event today so we can set an example for the rest of the complex. Get all of the leaders in the ministry on board so everybody can see that it is indeed okay to take the break. And that was why we had such a big event today. But the main idea is to let workers know that they can detach to reattach during the day.
She says the aim is to have other government ministries join the activity, which will be held 2 Wednesdays per month.
We've given it the name Stress Break Wednesdays. So we hope every other Wednesday around the same time we can get our staff and other departments to come outside and make a walk around the compounds. But like I said, it's also to promote the idea that they can detach at any point in time in the day when they feel overwhelmed, to take a short 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute break so they can refocus, manage stress, and continue to be motivated. But we're going to try to have every other Wednesday, that's Stress Break Wednesday, where we all come out together to take that break.
After warm-up exercises, the Ministry of Health workers took a walk around the Tantine area. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Have you noticed an increase or decrease in your electricity bill? You know that changes in the fuel and non-fuel rates affect your bill. You should also be aware that changes in household activities affect your bill. Ask yourself these questions. Have the rates changed? Have there been more people at your home? Have your children been on holiday? Have you used your fan or air conditioning unit more often to beat the heat? Are any of your electrical appliances or equipment faulty? Have you added any new appliances such as transformers, water heaters, or pumps? Make it a habit to understand any changes on your electricity bill. For more factors that affect your bill, visit www.grenlec.com. Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Welcome back. 2 major steps in the reformation process of the Marketing and National Importing Board were successfully completed this week as the government of Grenada moves forward with plans to better position the entity to support the transformation of the agriculture sector and increase the nation's food security. On Tuesday, February 28th, government paid severance and other termination benefits to all 87 staff members of the MNIB on record as per the collective bargaining agreement with the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union to the tune of $2,667,892.73 out of the consolidated fund. Further, government appointed a 6-member board-based technical working group to treat with the establishment of an appropriate public-private partnership to support the sustainable growth of the agricultural sector. The PPP shall be given a mandate to tackle the current gaps in the logistics of food, to include transport, storage, preservation, and distribution, including exportation of agricultural produce and products. The technical working group will work alongside the board of the MNIB to ensure a smooth and seamless transition to the new entity. The transition is expected to be completed in 6 months, commencing March 1st, 2023. Finally, in the news, Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture and lands, fisheries and cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, pledges government support in the development of a $1 million poultry farm at Felix Park in St. Andrew. The $2.5 million project is expected to be funded with support from the Grenada Development Bank and the farm's manager, Crossdale. Grenada Chick-In Farm spans over 9 acres and will consist of 6 large buildings and 3 small ones. The farm has a capacity to accommodate over 90,000 whole live birds and has the ability to produce 35,000 baby chicks per week. The operations of the farm will include hatching of eggs, processing and packaging of ready-to-cook chicken, as well as feed for local farmers. Minister for Agriculture Senator Adrian Thomas said this farm can make a huge difference in Grenada's poultry industry.
The poultry issue is an issue that the Grenadians and the farmers in particular have been clamoring about, and they really want to see some transformational agenda be applied. And what I'm seeing here and what I've seen in the other places, it seems as though Grenada truly has the infrastructure to move that industry in terms of getting it where it ought to be. I'm fully aware of the hurdles that the farmers are going through. I am of the opinion that Grenadians are addicted to chicken, but we don't have enough. We have not been producing enough, and therefore this project is a project that the government will truly support.
The testing phase of operation is due to begin in April. Manager Karen Crossdale speaks of a 100 direct local employment opportunity between 3 divisions. He said there will be 70 jobs related to slaughtering, packaging, 30-ton capacity cold storage system and logistics, 15 jobs related to bird and poultry house management, 5 jobs related to hatchery factory, and 10 jobs related to feed production and logistics.
The processing part is basically where we are now, where we'll be processing, packaging, and cold storage. So instead of Country Cold having to import, 5 containers, we have a storeroom of 30 tons, right? And we have 2 months worth of production sitting and waiting behind that. So as they need, we can supply them accordingly. Not just Country Cold, the IGAs, the sandals, and the schools, right? So there's nowhere to go and no need to go anywhere else. Right. And if we can't produce enough, we have a hatchery. We can do 40,000 chicks now, but we're building the infrastructure to do 80,000 chicks. And therefore, we can grow all the baby chicks, but other local farmers can. So therefore, we will supply them with the baby chicks and the feed, and then run a second shift here on the weekend to do the extra slaughtering that we need to supply the rest of the market.
Chief Vet and Livestock Officer Dr. Kimon Cummins, in seeking to control the concerns of small poultry farmers, says no one will be left behind.
There's always questions, what's going to happen with the smaller farmers, and I was happy to hear, Mr. Crossdale saying that, we start looking at a quote-unquote vertical integrated model. So, persons who would see this and start worrying, well, Lord, where I'm going to sell my chicken. But then there's a room, that, we, and not just a room, but we're accommodating also the smaller farmers so that nobody is displaced from the market. We know what we have to do on our end. And as you know, we've had lots and lots of conversation about what we're supposed to do, and we're in the process of doing so.
That story just ended the national report for Wednesday, March 1st, recapping the top story. Grenada appoints new ambassador to Cuba. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.